who I had a little computer crash myself last couple days. So first thing is, here's my background. If I click on this background, double click on it. Great. There it is. Okay, maybe it was just me. Okay, so I'm going to make this background. We're just going to change the color out to something that's really funky a little bit here. When you're doing colors or anything like that, just remember that you want to definitely want to make sure that it's easy on the eyes. You don't want to give somebody a stroke by looking at it, okay, or anything that's weird colors, because people can actually get sick for these things too. So just I just put weed on there. Background's main page, and I could do that. Background page gets that later on. I'm going to put a text on here. So the first thing is on these things, toolbox. First thing is I want to do is I'm going to put a text on here. You're probably wondering what happened to all of our stuff from last week. Good question. I've been having problems. Having some problems with the computer. Looking for a text box. Text box label in this box. That's not what I want. There it is, text box. So the text box I just drag over. It's pretty fun. And I'm going to put down, what was that called? It's Mr. Cookie Manufacturing. So I'm going to call it Cookie Manufacturing. And I'll get you guys to give me all the information on this. We'll do is Times Row numeral. Bring it up a little bit. There we go. Give me a color for the background. For the color for the text. What color do you want for the text?
Blue.
Blue. Blue and red. Okay, I think I could do it. Okay, let's do it. I'll get blue first, and then we'll go red later on. Text color. Blue. That blue. Okay, that looks good. Normal. I'll put a bold. You'll see why I'm putting the bold. Indentation, horizontal line, center. And then I'd like to do center. You see what happens? It lines it up real nice. So you said blue background. Let's do background color. And red background. Let's see what the background. Whoa! There you go. How's that look? Is that easy on the eyes? Nope. Red. Nope. Let's do a transparent color. Solid color, gradient color. Let's do solid. Whoops, made. There we go. Background color. Looking for it. How's that? Does that look a little better? I mean, it's there. Okay, so the first thing it asks is in the HMI toolbox, name of a few of the buttons and their functions. So this is under that document, HMI questions SP20. So there's a toolbox down below here. I'm going to circle that so you see it, annotate. So right down here at the bottom. I think we need a better color than that. So that's this down here, right down here, the toolbox. And if I go to the top, under buttons, there's actually five different buttons you have. So if we look at it, we have just a standard button, and we could actually put the information up on that. Let's see if I can get F1. There we go. I didn't do what I wanted. Okay, so you got a standard button, you got a momentary button, you have a reset button, a set button, and a toggle button. Okay, a momentary. What does momentary mean to you? What does momentary mean to you?
It doesn't stick around.
No, it doesn't. It just, you press it once, you release, and that's it, right? So that's one of the buttons. So momentary is what, like a start button, right? You push it in and then it just, you release it, it releases, right? So it doesn't, it just goes in for one shot. That's all it is. Okay. How about a button? What do you think a button is?
You can push it on and off. You like.
Okay, I give you that. I agree with you on that. Yeah, button's like a little switch. You can turn it on, you press it, it stays pressed. You just press it again, it comes a change of state, right? So you have to press it twice in order to change the state. I'm looking for the stuff on the strats. This is pop-up pages. Yeah, okay. Text displays, grouping. Okay. How about a reset button? What does a reset button do?
Resets the counter.
Resets the system.
Yeah, it's a reset, right? We use it on counters. We use it on timers with 10-minute timers, right? It's a reset. We can use it on safety stuff too. So reset button is just has a reset. You press it once and it resets things. It's almost like a momentary button. That's good. Set button. What do you think a set button is?
Change the value of something. Kind of like I'm thinking of the set button, like the timer on your car. Like when you're changing the clock, you can hold it and change it so it doesn't accidentally change on something.
There you go. So you press it and it changes something, right? Just
changes the value of something.
Right. How about toggle?
Flip switch.
Flip switch, right? It's like a toggle switch. Flip, right? You get to turn it on, turn it off. It's almost like a button, regular button. Okay. So which one are we going to use for our start and stop? What do you think we'd use for our start and stop?
Probably just a button.
Well, we can use a button, but the best option is the momentary button, to be honest. Because if we press it only once, right? We only want to press it once. So if we want to just press this button once to do something, that's a momentary. 9 out of 10 times, if you're going to use any type of button for a start stop, it would be a momentary. Okay. And we want to resize that thing. We want to give it a little size. Let's actually do some. Let's make this thing a little bit. Let's make this kind of interesting. Let's do some lines and all that too. I'm curious. Yeah, you're probably looking at it, telling me, hey, a line. There we go. Get a line in there. And let's see, that is definitely a line. We want the line color to be, what color do you want for your line? Excellent, Drake, by the way, holding the button down. Yes, absolutely correct. Let's do that for line color. Whoa. Page types, main page. I never messed with lines, by the way, so this is the first time I'm messing with weight and size of it. Width. I think our line's missing up here. I think our definite line's missing. It's right there. That's interesting. It's a small little line. I was hoping to get a line to break the page, but it didn't want to break. So we're going to keep our line. All right, move on. We'll fix that later. Okay. So we're going to do this start button right here. We're going to call this start button. So double click on it. You left button, you click on it, or double click on it using the left button. That's how you get the start button. Now we want to do is we want to change quite a bit of information on here. You see that I'm opening up on the toolbox. Here's the toolbox and here's the properties for the button. So under the toolbox, there's a properties button on the bottom. So if we double click on this, you'll notice that it is a design rectangle up on top here, as they say it's rectangle. And I can actually change that to ellipse or even an image. So if I wanted to do an image, I could put in an image, and I would have to select an image for it. So I can show you how to do that. We'll learn how to put images, and right now we're not going to put images in, but I'm going to put an ellipse for a start button if you want, or do you want rectangle? Which one do you want?
That looks good. Rectangle would be good.
Rectangle. Okay. Okay, I agree with you guys. Okay, so what we're going to do is get rid of the word momentary button. So it says pop-up default is get rid of this. I'm going to put the word start here. And I'm going to put, when you press it downward, we're going to call it start pressed. So the reason I did that is when we actually press this button right here, we can actually see it, physically see it. And we're going to make the text a little bigger in here so you can see all this information. So if I wanted to, I can actually change it. Give me a font, give me a family you want, anything you want. Let's try
Yeah, impact.
Impact?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do an impact. And let's see, impact and font size. Let's kick it up. There we go. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to just look at these guys. String 1, string 2 is fine. Style, style, style. Okay, colors. The colors are important. The colors are going to be important here. I'm going to clear this. There we go. So the colors, when text button up, normally when it's up, if it's a start button, we want to, what color do you think you should have it? It's not pressed.
Green. Probably okay. Green, yeah.
Okay, green, it would be good. So we have to decide, do we want a dark green for pressed, or do we want a light dark green for pressed or unpressed?
Say dark green, unpressed, light green for pressed.
Okay. And okay, there we go. Now let's keep going on there. Border background color up. I'm just going to make that, just going to give that some weird colors on here. Let's see, I'm just going to go with black. And background color, okay, background color. Background colors, when it's background color button down, let's just go, we're just going to keep the colors the same on that. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why is, oh, that's why I didn't hit, must have hit gradient color. Just go with that. There we go. Oh, that's a nasty color. Can't do it. How's that? Better?
Yeah, that's good.
That looks good. Button up, solid color. Change it out a little bit. And let's go with just looking for a color that's really going to stand out for us. There we go. We'll go with that. It's going to be a weird color, I'll guarantee you. Let me press that. Okay, so there's all that information. That's fine. So I'm just looking at the question to see where we're at. Okay, 4 buttons and the functions. So I did that one already. Any questions on the 4 functions of the buttons?
Nah, seems good.
Okay. Now remember, variable mapping is I had to start this over, so I got to go back into variable mapping. Can somebody tell me what variable mapping does?
It shows you what variables are on your PC.
And if they're internal or global.
Yeah, all these should be global, right?
Yeah.
All these ones you see on my screen here should be global. Can you have any internal variables on in the HMI?
No.
No, most of the time it is not. That's correct. So this one's baking done. I'm just going to keep this one. I'm going to put this as HMI start. HMI stop. And I'm also going to put the reset in. You notice I named it, the reason I keep these things for like HMI is when I go back to the NJ side and want to use it on my program, it's easy to identify all my HMI stuff as HMI, HMI reset, HMI start, HMI stop, right? Okay, let's get some colors here too. Stop, red light. So this one is stop. We're just going to call this stop light. Yeah, all right. I'll write it spelled correctly. And then we want the start light. So we'll need that. There we go. And it's always good to what this is. SYS is running. This is off. And this is just stops process. Starts process. Resets. I'm going to say this is going to reset my counters. So HMI resets, and I'm going to actually put this as a C on the end for counters, because if I can have one for my, if I want to put one for my timers, I could put a T for it. So this is HMI reset. I'll show you how this works too. This is quite interesting when you want to have a reset. So to work at this in parallel with your mechanical reset. Okay, so we got all our NJs. Anybody have any questions about what I just did?
No.
All right, got an error. Where did the error come at? Where did oh, I forgot to do this. So this is a HMI. This is where it comes in. See, I can type. First of all, before I do that, you notice that I forgot to put the behavior on the bottom down. You see the behavior? Let me circle that. Right down here is the behavior. You see how it's red here? Outlines red, that box? That means I didn't put something in there. That's the reason I had the error. I saw the error down on the bottom. So let me just get rid of that color. So right here, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to put in HMI, and this makes it easy, HMI, and I'm going to do start. Now you notice it goes away. And if I look at my bottom down here, that should go away too, because I'm hitting the build. Remember, see how it says build HMI? That should go away. It is going. Okay, remember, this is my start page. So, okay, we see I have to start. And then let's get another momentary button for stop. So we got a toolbox, go to buttons. We're going to go momentary, drag it over, and we're going to put it right on the bottom. The other way I could do this is copy this, Control C. And then I could do Control V. Now I got two buttons. Now I just double click on here. It goes to the properties page. I don't have to drag another one over. Now I can change up all my stuff I want, right? So this could be, there's my start. Maybe I want to make this my stop right here. Fine. Both are the same buttons. If you look at it, if you look down here, it's HMI start. Here's HMI start. So I can just say, well, I want this one to be my stop. That's fine. I can just put this as stop. And then change up the colors. So tell me again, let's go with the different, let's keep the colors. Let's make a stop is usually what color? What color is usually stops?
Red.
Yeah, I agree with that. Reds. And let's do red, and then let's do a light red. And then let's do a different background color. Let's do a different background color. What color do you want for background?
If you make it black because it's safety, it really needs to stand out. I don't know how bad that looks though.
Solid color, black. That background color. Oh, it's background color down. Well, let's see what happens. I'm going to put this background color down too, and then I'm just going to make these all black. I'm going to see what happens. We're going to test this out. We don't like it. We could. I keep hitting the button over here. There we go. And where's board fitness, background. Board fitness, what am I missing? Margins is good, font. Good. I'm looking for this background right here. Thought I had it. Text back, color back. Oh, oh, oh. I'll talk to you about that stuff in a second down below. Color button up. I'm just opening up more windows here. That's all I'm doing. Okay. I was hoping, I know we could change the background color on this. It's just trying to find it. Maybe I'm just looking at it. Text color, text background color, up, down, border color. That's that's border color. Let's
Wouldn't it
change
be
the border.
background color up?
Yeah, it looks like it's matching the color up because right now the button's up.
Okay, let's try that.
Is there ever a time you would keep the button up and down color the same and you're just wanting the text changed? Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, that's it. You got it right there.
Is it really just to make the font stand out better?
Makes the font stand out. So when you press it, at least you know you're pressing something. It's like instead of having something physically, you can feel it. This time you can visually see it. So am I pressing this? That's the whole psychology behind having the colors where you press it. So if we, let's say that we wanted to change the color up, and let's say the color down, we changed it to, give me a color down, what, gray maybe?
Gray, yeah.
Yeah, let's go gray. So let's see what happens. Let's do a check on this. Actually, I have to change this out to HMI. Stop. There we go. Okay. So if I'm going to check to see if I have any errors, and that's looking down below here, and I should not have any. Nope, no errors. So let's run the simulator and see what it looks like. Let's run the simulator and see what it looks like. There we go. I was wondering where it went. So if we actually come over here, see what happens? That goes different colors. So you notice something already. What's wrong when we press this? What happens to our font?
Stays the same.
Well, look at this font. It actually is off the page, off the button, isn't it? We need to decrease the font size just a little bit. How about the start? Well, the start is interesting. That's an interesting color. That means that stands out pretty good.
You're saying that the word stop and start goes off the box?
Yeah, do you see it on the HMI? See how it goes right off the box here a little bit when I press it?
No, it doesn't change. For
No.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, you
nothing's
don't
changing.
see this. You don't see anything. Hold on. I gotta do a share. I gotta do a share. There we go. Now do you see it?
Yeah, it looks like a different
Yeah.
format.
Yep.
They're still in the box, but I'm assuming you haven't started yet. Yep. Okay.
Okay, so we just got to shrink it a little.
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
probably
shrink
got
it a
to
little bit.
drop it to 25 or something.
Yeah, I don't remember what we're at, but let me get a new share on here. Let's go back
I think we're
to
at like
screen.
34 or something.
Yeah, let's go back to here, share. And actually, I gotta go back. Now I can go back to that guy. I gotta close something out here. It's not as easy as doing. There we go. Boom, boom. Better. Okay, there we go. Okay, so basically, I have to get this fonts down a little bit, right? Okay, so we just go back up to the font size. So that's 31. You said 25, right?
Yeah, that'd probably fit. Now, most of the buttons that you put in, are they going to show what you're doing? Like those said stop pushed. Are all buttons going to say something similar to that?
We could change it from stop press. I have stop pressed here. I could change it to, stop. That's where the name is right here. It says
Oh,
stop
I
press.
see it. Okay. You can change it. Never mind.
I could change it.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'm going to do is to do that. Let's take a look at this again. I'm going to give. So if we press it, that's much better. See that? That one still needs it, but that's okay. All right. Anybody have any questions in regards to the button so far? What do you think of the background color? That's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's different.
All right, let's go back here. And I'm in simulation, stop on a simulator. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, we're going to do a second page here in a second, and we're going to do that as when we get into data sets and stuff on that. Data supplies and data sets. I'm going to show you how to use the text boxes to move things over using animation and a few other things. So, all right. Okay, so remember I told you you have to make new pages. So this is our page 0. So let's rename this page. I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call it home. Let's give that. And let's see any errors. No errors came up. That's good. So new page. Add page. Now I got page 0. Give me a name for this page. Let's see, John. Give me a name for this page. Or Scott, or Reed, one of those guys. Give me a name for this page.
Cookie machine.
Okay. Cookie machine underscore. Let's call it cookie machine. Yeah, it's called cookie machine. It's called cookie machine 1. There we go. All right. So what I want to do is, if I click on cookie machine, it gives me a blank screen. The question is, how do I get to cookie machine?
Can you like right click and copy or something?
I'm gonna, yeah, well, you could, but there's another way of doing it, and I'm just gonna go to the toolbox. I was moving things over so I can see where I'm at. Sorry, I'm just moving things over. I got a very small screen I'm using, and it gets difficult when I'm trying to do some things here. So if I go to toolbox, and now what instead of a button, what I want to do is use a shape. I can use shapes on here. This is kind of cool when I do this. Look at the shapes. Point signs. Shapes there. Okay, so there's different shapes. Give me a shape you want me to use. Any shape you want on there. Any shape you want.
Do a
Triangle.
circle for a cookie. Oh.
Circle for a cookie. Okay, so let's do that.
Triangle.
Triangle for a cookie. Okay, we'll do, actually we need 2 of them. So actually I'm going to do is, you'll see why in a second. I'm going to put one over. I'm going to push this one over in a few minutes, and but I'm going to take this one and put it on a cookie machine too. For now, I'm going to work on this one. So this is the shape. First of all, it's an ellipse. We want a name in here, so we'll get it in a second. I could do anything I want with this thing. I could do it that way. I could do it this way. I can make it whatever I wanted to. I could resize this thing. We'll resize it in a second here. Fill color. What color do you want it? What kind of color do you want? Let's see. Who can we have? What haven't I hit yet? Reed, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, give me a color.
Do it purple.
Purple. Okay, you want purple. We got purple stuff. Oh, we have purple. Medium purple, good?
Sure, why not?
There we go. Okay, we got purple. Okay, so first thing we want to do on this is, and I'll get to the security level and visibility in a second later on, but right now I just want to get these things. We need to put a name in here. So we need to get a text box in here. So the first thing I need to do is probably make this thing just a little bit bigger, because we need a text box. We need to know, we need to name it what it's going to go to. So let's just get this thing just a little bit bigger. Okay, that looks good. So the next thing I want to do is go to my toolbox, and I want to go back to my toolbox, and I want to get a standard controller. I want to get a text box. I'll see what I'm doing in a second. Bring the text box over. There we go. And so the first thing I'm going to do is configure this text box. So the text in the text box is, we call it, I can't use the whole name called Cookie Machine 2. So I'm just going to put, maybe I'm going to rename that to something else. Let's go for it. Let's do a Cookie MC2, Machine 2. Does that work? Does that work, guys? Because it's going to go to this guy over here. That's where my goal is. So what I'm doing is I'm renaming it that name right there. So first thing is the family. Give me a family. Brett, give me a family name you want to use.
What was that?
Give me a family name you want to use. Give me a family like Times New Roman, Civil, any of these families. We got tons of families here. What's your favorite? What's that?
Cardica.
Cardica.
It was under K.
Oh, it's K. Okay. Okay, Cardica. Okay, we'll do Cardica. And let's bring this up. Actually, let me try something here. I want to try something here. Machine 1. I put a should have been 1. Okay, so we got that. That looks good. I think we're getting. I think it'll make it in there. Let's keep bringing the font up a little bit. Okay, that looks good. I like bold. Well, maybe not. Not this time. And then I'm gonna do is left, and then I'm gonna do top. And then I'm gonna try to shrink this a little bit. Oh, can't shrink it. All right, let's see if we get margins, wrap color. Text color is black. Okay, what color black? What color do you want for this?
White.
White, okay.
This fine.
And then I'm gonna do is the background color is going to be, I'm gonna try to get a transparent color in here.
Do it that purple.
Purple?
Yeah.
There we go. Or the same purple. That
There
works.
you go.
Cookie Machine 1. Okay. Now, you probably ask yourself, well, I can't do anything with that. Well, it's true, you can't. What you would have to do is on the bottom of this, where the toolbox is at down here, right down here where it says toolbox and properties down here on the bottom right-hand side, we need to get up a few other pages. So if I go edit, or excuse me, view, and if I put events and actions, and if I view animations. So the thing I want to do is click on this. I want to do an event in action. So if I click on an event in action, basically it's going to come up here. The first thing is, let me just do this. So right here is the first part we want to get to. So what we're going to do is, when we do an event in action, is we want to, when we press it, what we want to do to it. In this case, look at what comes up. All this listing comes up. This is everything we could do when we press that as a button. Isn't that pretty good? So what we're going to do is show page. But you can see we could do log in, log out. We can eject SD memory card. We can close a page. We can clear alarms. We can call a subroutine. We could do data volume. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff here. So I'm going to do is show a page. Now it's going to ask me what page I want. Well, this is the one that we made up. So we're just going to, red means that it's there. So cookie, there's Cookie Machine. Enter. And then these variables, just leave a blank. I do believe we just leave these blank. All right, I'm going to check it to see if any errors come up, and that's down here. No errors came up. So what I want to do is to see what this looks like and see if we get the cookie machine when I press this one. So let's go back to simulation, F5. It's gone. Okay, let me do a share. Looking for my new share. Okay, can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yeah.
There it is. I pressed it and it went right to it. Yeah, I pressed it and went right to it. So we know that works. Now, the question is, what if we tapped on shut down the simulator? What if we accidentally tapped on the text? Well, that's a problem. So what we have to do is the same thing. So we just did it for this, for the circle, but we didn't do it for the text. So we have to do the same thing for the text. You notice that if we do for the circle, we have to do for the text. Because what if we press the text? Because the text is embedded over the circle. Same thing. So we come here, we do press, select the page, or show page, and then we do cookie machine, sorry, cookie machine 1. No red. And now it's together. So the other thing we want to do is probably tie these two together. And I hit the wrong button. There it is. Now I'm going to group them. So you notice I'm going to group, and it should be a group on here. There it is on top. So that means if I move this around, everything stays the same. So now it pretty much looks like a circle. The only thing is our box is a little bit big, but that works. Let's test it again to see if it actually works. This time I'm going to press on the text portion of it. Okay. Let me go back to share that with you. So now I'm going to press the text part, and it should go to the black screen. There it is. And went to that page. We didn't configure that page yet. That's why. So the question is, okay, we get to this page. Now we want to go back to the home page. Remember that triangle we made? We're going to make one that's similar to that, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the triangle for it. All right, is there any questions about what we went through so far?
So you're saying for that circle, you can make a page for the circle button itself and the text? Could it be two separate things too? Or?
Sure, you can make it both. Excuse me. The problem with trying to make, let's say you have the text going to one page and it goes to an error page and you have the circle. A lot of times we just want to make everything, we want to integrate everything into one. So then we'll just make the text and the cookie page and the circle just a single one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what I want to do, we'll go back to my home page. If I wanted to make let's do the cookie machine page. First of all, I'm going to take this, but I'm going to bring both of these over. So you notice I can highlight both, just using text. So Control C. You'll see what I'm doing here in a second. So now I'm going to go to this page, Control V. I'm going to configure this page in a second. I got to ungroup this guy. So right now it is ellipse. The name is the ellipse. I think this one, I don't have it updated, so just give me a second. Solid color style. No, this one does not allow me. Usually you could select on the circle, and then you could change it to a triangle. But we're just going to do the triangle here. And I'm going to keep the text box because I don't feel like making a new one. But I'm going to use this one. What's this one going to be called? Well, we want to get back to the home page, right?
Make it return.
Return? Yeah, we call it. Let's do that. Let's call it return. Is that fair? Let's do a couple different colors. So we need to make these a little bigger. There we go. I think I lost my text box. There it is. Okay, let's get this text box. Why is this text box going to? I'm just looking to see why. Oh, bring to front. I can actually bring it to front and bring to rear. Bring forward. Let's see if that helped. Yep, that did. I had to bring it both to the front on that because it was driving itself in the back. I could do it as a back page if I wanted to. Let's just bring this guy up just a little bit more. Okay. Just making it a little larger. Let's get this return home. Let's get the font a little bigger on this. And do you want to stay the same colors? Do you want to change colors? The triangle, what color do you want for the triangle?
That looks good.
You like that color? Okay.
Yeah.
How about the text color? Come on off there. Thank you. Let's see. I'm looking to see text, default resource. Okay, the text color. What do you want for the text color to be?
That's gotta be a dark color to stand out. So probably like a, I don't know. One above black, I guess, that dark gray.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. How about the text background color?
That looks good. Try wheat.
Wheat?
What it's on, yeah. Yeah, that looks all right.
That looks good. Okay. We got that. So now we have to do is we have to set up the events and actions, right? Was there something on here about the tool, about the toolbox, the shapes? Ah, the shapes. We have some shapes. Let's do some of the shapes things on your document. HMI questions, SP20. Does everybody know what I'm talking about with the SP20 HMI document? Everybody knows that, right?
Yeah, the questions.
Yeah.
Right. Number 6 is in the HMI toolbox. There are some shapes that we can use. And how do we make the shapes perform a function? So different shapes. Where are some of the shapes? Give me one, Casey.
Circle.
Brandon. Triangle, good. And let's keep going. Kevin, give me another one. Okay. And Victory.
Ellipsis.
Ellipsis. Okay, we're all good to go. All right. And then it says, okay, how do we make those things do a function? What is that magic? What's those magic wand we use? What's those? What's that? How can I use it? Is it properties, events and actions, or animations?
Events and actions.
Events and actions. Events and actions, what we want to do. If we want to do animation, we can make this, we can actually do something with the animation. We will do something with this in a second for animation. Trying not to cough here. Allergies have been beating up on me today. So, all right. So let's do the triangle first. Let's do the animation. We're going to do, actually, let's do the event and action first. Let's do a press and then show page. And this time we're going to go home. And so we go home. Check what I did. No warnings. Now we have to do the same thing for our text box. And this time, remember I have cookie machine. I'm just going to go and delete that. See where it says delete right there? Let me highlight. Let me let's put a spotlight on that right there. So we delete that. So next thing we want to do is we're going to just repeat it. Show page, and then we're going to do home. You know, it doesn't matter if it's capitalized either. You notice that, right? It still accepts it. Home's home. So it's not case sensitive. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to group these. I'm going to see if I can group them to do an animation. I never tried that before. I want to try that. So I'm going to group. Oh, yeah, I can do that. So if I want to do this, hit an animation. So now I want to do a animation. I can make it rotate. I can make it visible. There's other animations I could do with this thing. So right now it is visible. I can make a visibility. A lot of times we'll make something visible if we have, let's say, a count number high enough. So it shows up how to do a reset. So the reset button, we'll do that later on. We could do a rotate. I could resize this thing, or I can move it. Animation is a little more difficult to do, but I never had a problem with visibility. I've had a problem trying to do a resize and resize height and width, as well as a move. I asked Omron about that, and they're like, "What are you doing?" So I don't even think they mess around with that stuff too much. So just to give you an idea of what that was. So let's try this out to see if it works. See if this actually takes us back home. Oh, let's just change our colors on our background page. So we need somebody else here who's who else is on here? Scott's been doing. Scott, you've been. I think you gave me some information. Brandon, Andy, Mason. There we go. Mason and Andy. Let's do this. Let's get this background. Give me a background color. One of you two.
Green.
Green. Okay. Is that green good? Or do you
Yeah,
want
that's fine. Lighter green. Up 2 spots. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, there we go. Whoa, that's going to be neat. I would like to see that one. Okay, let's see, Mason. We're going to get you on here. Type of pages, main page, background page. Okay, I'll get you in a second, Mason. And now let's say that we want to make this a background. Let's say the background. I'm just going to show you what a background page does. Okay. So if I do home, watch what happens. Isn't that interesting? So what I just did is made my home page, my background page for my Cookie Machine 1. That's what background page does. So basically it's layering it. So if you see my hand, here's home page, the top, here's background page. So background page, or not background page, cookie page is right here. So what it's saying is cookie page now sees home page as all its colors. So we'll get to that in a minute. Let's go back to that. And then you said color was green. Okay, let's see if this actually works, and let's do a simulation. And by the way, we have to put a text on there, and that's where Mason's going to come in a second here. So there we go. That's where the world went. Okay, so we have our start page. And I'm going to get rid of this guy eventually. I'll get rid of him, but I'm going to click on this. There's return. And if we click on any of these two, it goes right back. So both can do work. Nice, nice, nice. So now we have to get a title page on here. So that's our next step on this. Does anybody want a break?
No, I'm good.
Let's see if get anybody on a text on that.
I'm fine.
And Grace Silver. Okay, Mason, I'll get you Grace Silver. Casey, okay. You're fine. Everybody's good? Okay, let's chug through this stuff. Let's see what else I have here. Date sets and the functions. We'll get to that later on. I'm doing good. We're doing good. I gotta pull up more stuff, so I'm just gonna get something to drink real quick. Hold on. There's a whole difference when you're in front of the class and you're running through it and you're doing this. Like, okay, your energy levels, like, it's like you keep going. You just want to make sure everybody's on the right track. So, are we on the right track? Any questions of what I've been doing? All right, text box. So Mason, you said gray and silver for the text box. Okay. You think so? All right. Drake, am I going too fast? Any of you, if I'm not going too fast, that includes Drake and all of others, am I going too fast? Do I need to slow the train down? Okay. Please let me know if I'm going too fast. I really don't want to be going too fast. All right, let's get a text box on here. Get a text box. Drag them over. Almost hit somebody's name and almost knocked them offline. Why is it not letting me? Oh, stop simulation. That's why I have to stop simulation. All right, now I should be able to do it. Okay. Okay, this is going to be, you said, gray silver. Okay. Let's go background color gray. See if I can find a gray silver. If not, I'm going to gradient color and I'll see if I can get it on. Slate blue, medium purple, gray. That's dark. Let's go with gradient color and see what I can do here. I'm still looking for your gray silver. I'm looking for silver for you. There we go, silver. Okay, and you said gray for text, if I remember right. I think gray for text. Okay, so we'll get to gray text. Let's call this default is not text box. It'll be now called View Machine 1. So this is going to be our, let's call it our square cookies. Yeah, I'll call it square cookies. And we're making it for all these people because they're hungry. Okay, the font. Who wants to give me a font?
Like a different font? Can you hit the down tab? There you go. Let's go Simpson.
Sunglasses.
There you go. Size, I think a 12 is a little small, wouldn't you say? Just a little bit?
Yeah, the other ones we were making, I'd say probably 25 would be all right because 28 hardly fit. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm looking at the triangle. Yeah, that looks good.
Is that too big?
No, that's good.
No? Let's do center. Having too much fun here. And I was trying to make that margin wrap color, wrap text. So this could actually wrap text if you wanted to. Does everybody understand what wrap text is? What wrapping up text is?
Doesn't it put it on the below it?
Yeah, it just dumps it right below it. So basically, if it was like, if I had square cookies for us combined at home, or for us combined at home, it would just put it on the bottom and keep going all the way down, right? Word wrap, it's another word is word wrap. Text color, we want gray on the text color because that's what he wanted. Let's get a little darker. There we go. Background, oh, lost it. Okay, background color. That's fine, it's gray color. There was supposed to be under background color transparent. That's what I was looking for. I did not see the transparent. On the updated version, it's easy to see the transparent. So not sure why I can't see it on here. Corner radius. So if we want to make actually corner radiuses, we can actually make corner radiuses. This is pretty cool. So if you actually want to make corner radiuses, you can actually make corner radius. And that didn't do what I wanted, but you can do a corner radius. Let's do this one. There we go. So you make a corner radius. There we go. Let's see, visible. Visible means that if you had this unchecked, this would not be visible. We want to keep that checked. And enabled both in check position. And then let's talk about security. Security is for future stuff, but you can assign access level. So if you didn't want somebody on this page, let's say you have Cookie Monster that's on the line, and Cookie Monster's the one that walks around with cookies in his hand all the time. He's the person always pressing the buttons. And you didn't want him to go around pressing buttons. You can actually make a access level as well as a visibility level. And you sign that under security. We get in that in PLC 2. It's really good stuff. I might do that in PLC 1 just to give you a little taste of it. So, but that's pretty cool because you can actually assign me, and I've had students assign me. A student assigned me a level, and where level 1 was anybody could have it. They assigned me a level 5 where I was limited only to look at stuff. I was like, thanks, guys. So, but yeah. Security is not hard to set up. I'll show you how to do it. If you actually look at it, it is on, it's right here. Right there. And we'll get images and all that on here too. Just, we got time. All right. That's where cookie spots there. We want to do is put in, do I have it? That's the question. Do I have it? Total cooked. I'm going to put cookies cooked. Stoplight system. Ooh, it didn't like that. And what did I do? Oh, do you see that? I had a space.
You got a space in the end?
Yeah, I had a space right there. That's because I type so much. I have a tendency to hit the space bar. Now it should work. So this is the number of. This is the number of. Let's call it cheap cookies for April and May. So we're making cheap cookies for people. We're saving money, keeping everybody employed, and we're still making cookies. Everybody loves our cheap cookies. So they're our bread and butter. Okay, so that's where scored cookies is. This just gets into the data set. I keep looking over to see what I'm doing. I got another window open over here, looking at all our toolboxes. So we got data sets and their functions. All right. So first of all, triangles and text boxes, those type of shapes we can use for events and actions to go places. Could you use a shape as a button, as a momentary button? Do you think you could?
Yes.
You can. Let me show you that. So let's say we want to have a reset button. Let's get a reset button in here someplace. Let's put a reset button here. This is the fun part. So I'm going to do is take a shape. And I'll talk to you about lamps too in a second. There's a lot of stuff here. So I'm just going to go ahead and, Victory, give me a shape you want.
A rectangle would be nice.
Okay, there you go. So I'm going to By the way, the reason I was drawing a line was I was going to split the screen up, but that's okay. I'm going to make this a little smaller in a second here, just showing you. So I'm going to do is make it the same size as this guy. And we're going to make some colors on here. So I double click on it. Cornflower blue. That sounds like something called spring. Give me a color, people. How about something? Let's do something from the 1970s. Let's see. I don't know if we like that lime green. Let's do something more brown. Okay.
How about that orange? Orange.
This orange?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, so we need a text box in there, right? Okay, I have to go back to the toolbox. I gotta get a understand controls text box. I'm just looking at something here to make sure everything looks good. Rectangle. Okay. So we're to call this. This has to be called reset. Go with different fonts. Give me a font style.
Gothic.
Gothic. I don't see it. Do you see it?
Do impact. That'll be fine.
Impact. Okay. Okay, impact. Let's bring it up. Okay, style. And I'm going to bring it center. And what I want to do is I'm going to see if I can get this to be background color. I'm going to see if I go transparent. It's white. See, there's usually right in here is transparent. And it's like it's missing on this version. Yeah, it's missing. All right, let's go with the color that we have on it. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do is offset it a little bit. First thing I have to do is set the background here to events and actions. And I'm going to do press. And then I'm going to do is, come on, that show page, is it press? I think it was press. So color subroutine. I'm remembering back on, just give me a second. Yes. Just give me a second to think on this one. All right, so we have our press. Let's get rid of this. Let me see if it's under animation. It's not under animation. You should be able to use this to do a reset. That's an action. on press, what we want to do is I'm looking for it just a second here. Should be able to press, do an event. Set variable. I think that would work. I think that would work. So basically, I'm setting a variable HMI reset C is true. So when I press it, this thing should go true. So if let's test it to see if it actually does do what it's supposed to do. We'll do the reset in a second. So simulation start. There we go. And that's working. This guy is not. It probably is. I just can't see it. Okay. Share. Go back. So that was supposed to be where we have used shapes before to actually do starts and stops on it. There is, it's done numerous times on it. It's either you do, so we basically are setting a variable called HMI which is our reset to true. So when this is actually pressed, when this is pressed, this goes true, which will go back to our NJ program. Let's do this one just to get it over with too. I'm gonna press. Set variable. There we go. So we're going to do reset. Yeah, I'm just going to check to see if I'm correct or anything. I don't have any errors. No errors. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to dock these two together just to get them. And I'll talk to you about these little guys on top, what this does over here. Just let me dock these guys together, group them. So if I actually come over to this corner here and I do it, I could turn it 100. I could do it by how many degrees I want to. You see how many degrees? That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I didn't get back to 0. Close enough. All right, so that's Cookie Machine. This thing I'm just getting rid of. Any questions at this point on what I've done so far with this?
Seems good.
Seems pretty straightforward.
It is. It's pretty straightforward. I'm just looking at some of the questions that I have on here for that. We can make visibility. Let me do something with visibility. Let's put a program. Let's put a program in place on the HMI side. Let's go back to the NJ side.
What document is that for?
Which one?
What document are you going to?
I'm still on the those HMI questions, SP20. So I'm just going to go back to just going back to the NJ side here just to put on the program. So I'm going to have a program here. So I got a counter. Here's total cooked. So I'm going to just make sure that first of all, I need to reset this. I need to put this as HMI reset too. So I need this to be set and reset. I also get that done too. So there's a couple things I need to do on this side here. I need to put in an HMI. I need to put on this side an HMI start. And then I also need to put in over here. This is HMI stop. Now, when I put this in, do we have to invert this? Do we have to invert this bit?
I'd say no, because
Okay.
when you want the buttons to start it, just hitting take 2.
All right. Good point. On a stop button, any stop button, is it normally closed or normally open?
Normally close.
It's normally closed. And an HMI, is it an HMI, since it is not a physical device, it is a normally open or normally closed? Consider it.
I'd still say normally open.
It is normally open. So on our mechanical, it's normally closed. On our HMI, it's normally open. You see how they're two different? So what we have to do on here is invert this bit right here. That way, if I press a stop here or the HMI stop, the system actually stops.
So for the HMI, it has to be inverted, but for the regular program, it doesn't.
That's correct, because all your push buttons, all push buttons which are red for stop, mechanical, are normally closed. They're always normally closed. Now, can you have a normally open on a push button? Sure, you can, but 9 out of 10 times you're not going to, because what is the stop supposed to do? It stops something, right? It just stops. Now, can we have an e-stop in here? That is for PLC too, but I can explain to you that an e-stop is not a stop. And I've talked to you about this. So an e-stop would be not located on this program. It would be located on the safety CPU side. Big difference between those two. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got a proc sensor, I got a reset. So I want to do is I want to put in a Boolean function someplace around here. I'm going to do it right above here. So I'm going to do is put an and function. Actually, not an and or. I'm going to do an or. Let's see if I can find an or. There it is, an or. So now I want to do an or, and I'm going to do is call this. I'm going to go back. I got to do some naming on here. So I'm going to go global variables, which is down at the bottom. And what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to create a global variable called. I'm just going to call. Let's get this one. Let's call this reset. And that was counter. Reset counters. I don't know what we'll put in mechanical. I don't know how I'm going to put in mechanical. And HMI. Oh, that would not work. HMI reset. So basically, what this is doing, this is going to be a Boolean statement. So basically, what this does is that it's going to have, it's either going to be mechanical or HMI. It's going to reset. It's going to cause a reset. You know, see what I'm doing here on that. So at the output right here, this will be mechanical HMI reset. So this is going to be a reset. And I do believe I just call it reset on here. That's a mechanical reset. So this is your mechanical reset. This is your HMI reset. So if I press this one or this one, this guy goes on. So now this guy gets changed out to mechanical. See, I'm using a Boolean function right here to cause this guy to change. And I have total cooked here, so that's what I want to use is total cooked. So if I do a check on that, I think everything looks good. So I got my stop, I got my HMI stop, I got my start, I got my system ready. And that's my system ready here. This is just a Boolean function where I can actually add in a third reset if I wanted to. What I could do is use this for all my counter resets. I could have called this counter resets. I could have called this anything I wanted, but I just named it mechanical HMI reset. And that's just this guy right down here. I could have called it food count reset. I could have named it anything I wanted. I could have up to, I think this one could have 8. I think there's 8 inputs on these. I think the max is 8. Let's take a look at that real quick. Make sure I'm correct. I just want to take a look. You can't see what it is, but 5.
So adding an HMI to the food counter, does that make it a data display, or is those completely something different?
So what I'm going to use is total cooked right here. Use this total cooked right here. I'm going to use this variable, which is right here. I'm going to put this on the HMI side. Whatever is coming on here, I want to see that on the HMI. That's what we're going to do now.
Okay.
That answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm just going to go back to my HMI page, and it's called total cooked. So I go back to variable mapping to see these there. Let's see, total cooked. Oh, I got cookies cooked there. I got cookies cooked, so we're going to use that. That's perfect. That's going to be displayed. So we got that. That's perfectly fine. We got the HMI reset done. That's good. We're good to go on that. I got mechanical HMI reset. I could have done a lot of, I put some extra ones in here for me, but that's okay. So I'm going to use total cooked. So right here is where I want to put in a data display. And let me go to data display. By the way, lamps, I told you I'll get you in a second, a bit lamp and a data lamp. I'll get you that in a second. So here's some other stuff. I could do a checkboxes. Checkboxes are great for if you're maintenance and you're supposed to be checking this machine every hour to make sure it's not, shooting out chocolate chips all over the place. And you could go by and you can actually have a checkbox, and you could use the HMI where you just select that and it puts a check in there. Or maybe it's a maintenance check that you do by the time the 30th day comes, you know that you have done all that. You've done the filters check, you've done the mechanical hardware check, you've done the vacuum line check to see there's no leaks. Those are the checks good for checkbox. Data display and data edit. Data edit is like for the inverter. So if you have an inverter and you want to change the speed on it, which we'll do, I can actually do the data edit right here to transfer data, the number from HMI back into the NJ side. So image, we'll get to image in a second. Radio buttons, those are just radio buttons. Sliders and data edits are used in conjunction with each other. A lot of times I play around with those two. A label is different than a text box. A label would be, well, let me just do this. I'll put up label on here in a second. So data display, put that over. And you notice that it's going to be really small. It's really small, and I'm going to highlight this thing so you can see it. Right up in this corner, there's a little hashtag, and I'll get to that in a second. So what I'm going to do is double click on this. Okay, it's on. There we go. Everybody can see the screen, is that correct? Everybody sees square cookies and all that, is that correct? Okay, good, good. I'm bouncing between two different NJ site and HMI site. When I do the simulator, I have to do a new share, so that's why I make sure everybody's with me on it. Background is transparent. We do not want transparent on that. What I want to do is go with, let's Let's go with something that we're gonna do. Give me a background color.
Pink.
Pink. Okay. All right, let's go pink. I don't want customer colors. Palette, system color. You wanted pink, I give you pink. There we go. Okay, we got pink. We'll call it spring pink. How's that? Okay, text color. Give me a text color.
Dark brown.
Dark brown. Okay, let's do dark brown. All right, let me see if I can find dark brown for you. That's all the oranges. I don't think we want orange. Would that work right there? That wheat, dark wheat.
Yeah, as long.
Okay. So now you see that it popped up there. It's right there. So let's bring that font up a little bit on that. So let's keep. Give me some wicked font that you like to use. Any font.
Use symbol.
Symbol. Okay. I never try that one. Okay. Let's see. See how the pound signs are showing back up.
Yeah. Gonna bold it. There you go.
Yeah. This centered. Centered. Okay. And it's going to be numeric. So all this stuff we just did. Data type is numeric. We can actually do Boolean, but we're going to do numeric. Expression is going to be what we had, and this was the variable that we had on here, which was called, what was it called again? Cookies cooked. Cookies cooked. So we want to put cookies cooked. I know, floppy fingers. And value format, we're gonna do is we can do hexadecimal or we can do custom. Let's keep it as decimal for now. Display format, let's do it as this is where we get to reals and integers, but I could do it with decimals and stuff. Let's do it. I'm gonna do it that way. So basically, what it is this period right here. We won't have any decimals because you better not have half cookies. We can sell half cookies. I mean, hey, let's say that Mason comes to me and says, hey, we got all these half cookies. Why don't we sell them? They're a waste of money. We sell them for half the amount of money they're, or a quarter of the amount of money, or we just sell them for cost. And I'm like, hey, good job. And we make money. We don't have to throw out good food, right? Instead of giving it to our workers for free, we now sell it and we make more money and we give you guys bonuses. Now you guys are happy. More money in your pocket, right? The idea is suggestion boxes. Leading zeros, you can put leading zeros, show a separator. You can do both of those. And accessible. Okay, let's check it out to see if it works. And I'm going to have to go back to the NJ side, and then we're going to hopefully go on this side to see if it works. I'm going to try something to actually see if this works. So we're going to see if it actually this actually does work. So first of all, I got to do the simulation. Actually, do I want to do that? I'm going to stop the simulator. I'm going to do is run with controller simulator. Try something new. Tonight's the night of trying something new. Let's see if we can crash the computer. Just running through the simulator right now, so it's starting up. Like I said, it's going to take a little time. And we'll go and we'll do a one more on the HMI. There's I think it's called HMI Lesson 1 document. We'll do that one real quick tonight too. Get that one out of the way. And I'll put up so you could drop in those things for me tonight too. Okay, that's good. Now you gotta just bear with me for a minute here. I just gotta figure out what I'm doing. So cookie machine. Oh, that looks good. We got it someplace here. Okay. Trying to get over to the NJ side. That's that side. Okay, simulation. Okay, that's good. I'm trying to get back over to the NJ side. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Okay, well, let me go over. All right, I'm gonna stop the simulator on this side, and I'm gonna go back to the NJ side, and I'm gonna see if I can run it, and see if we get something on this side. Let's see if we can. Oh, let's say I was running. Looks like I was running. So let's do this. Let's run the simulator. I'm going to get a total cooked over here. If I have to, I will force it in on the other side. Okay, so it's machine reset, integers 5, system ready. Let's put this at a let's come true. Actually, if I had the HMI side, it'd be nice. Let's see if I can go to the HMI. Let me go to the HMI side. Let me make sure you guys see what I'm saying here. You guys are seeing that? Okay, you're fine. All right, so we got that. I'm trying to get over to the HMI to run a simulation. Won't let me. Okay, let's just do this. Let's go true. And that's that. That's fine. Let's go with, I'm going to see if I can get a couple counts on here. So 2 is counting. Okay. Let's see if I could go over to the other side of it, and let's see if we get. Do a pause. Let me go over. Let me go over. Let me select the controller. Reset the controller. That's what I don't like about simulators. They're only good up to a point. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to get out of the simulator, see if it's. Let's see if it actually transferred over. If it didn't, I'm going to force it on this side to put the variable. Let me do. See if it actually did. Okay. Just looking to see if there's anything else I can do to get that step in, step out, continue, breakpoint. Okay, let's see if I have simulator. and it did not. See, it says run with the controller simulator, and it should have allowed me to go back to the other side, and it did not. So let me try one more thing here. So I want to see if we actually have cookie machine. I want to see if this guy actually gets a number on it. That's what my goal is right now. Let's just stop this for a second. Go back to run. Okay, that's nice. Oh, there it is. I don't know where that came. Okay, so we got 0, 0. Let's see if we could get this guy to. I was wondering where it went. So I was like, okay, should have went up. So right now that's a 0, 0. Let's see if we go back to variable setting. And I'm gonna do is go to machine count user variables. And I'm going to do is cookie count. Let's see if it'll let me get that in there. Let's see if I could do, what was it, procs on there? Is that true? On that side was the procs, right? So I'm going to do is hit the start here. I'm going to hit the start here. This guy. Let's see if I can actually use the HMI for that. So I'm going to, let's make a new share for this and go here. And let me do that. Okay. So I'm on my HMI side. I'm going to go back home. I'm going to hit start. And then I'm going to do is I want to get the, I think it was the procs that was working on the other side to count. So let's see if we can do, let's see if we get this number to change using the procs. So I have to come back over here, and I think it was the procs we did. So if I do that, set, well, let me set or reset it. Cookies counted. Well, let me do that. Nope. It just won't let me. We tried to go to global variables. See if it lets me in the global variables to do a unit here. That's short. Initial value. Well, I can put an initial value. Let's see what happens. Let me just go with this. Let me just stop this for a second. Okay, go back here, share. I'm going to do is put in an initial value here. So let's see if it actually gives me a value. So cookies count, it should be, and simulator still simulation start. Okay, I'm not. Okay, so initial value should have been, should have let me in. Should have let me in to give me a number in here. Let me go back to the NJ side, machine one. I'm going to put an initial value on the side for it. Total cooked, I do believe initial value. So let's put an initial value of 8. Build it. I think it was cookies count. Total cooked. Total cooked, okay, that's right. Simulation. Let's make sure it's on this side. So the global variable should be 8. It doesn't say, but we'll see if the initial value does come over. And then I'll transfer you back over and I'll see it. And then we will go through that last little thing we have and we're done for the night. There we go, machine counts. It's still saying 0. Okay, let's just do this before we transfer them over. Let's make sure that we have HMI settings. Let's do that. Share there. Okay. Turn on. Start. Still 0. This number I was hoping for you to see this would be an 8. That was what I was trying to do. If I can figure that out, I will let you know. I'm not going to waste your time on that. But what do you think of this so far?
I think it makes sense for the most part. It's just getting hands-on would be a little better, but obviously we can't.
Yeah, a lot better. It'd be much easier for me. But this does count if you actually start doing. I'll get one of my corporate partners to see if I can get the NJ side to communicate this on this. If I can't, then I'm going to see if I can get on campus next week and we could. I'll run the NJ over there and hopefully you could see something that goes on with the HMI. So it'll be a little more difficult to do it, but I can bring a webcam and a few other things and where you can actually physically see things go on.
It's pretty cool how it's so customizable. And
Yeah,
then
it is.
it was that in depth. I thought they just gave you buttons and then you can tell them what to do, kind of like PLC side, but
Mhm.
just like
There's
the slices, you can do whatever you want with them.
Yeah, it's almost like building an app. If you think about it, it's almost like building an app. So, has anybody built any apps before in this class? Mason,
No.
Drake, or anybody? No, nobody. Okay. All right, let me pop out of this one. Stop the share. Let me go back to the share. It's too bad that I couldn't get that working. I was hoping. All right. Security HMI settings. We talked about that. Configuration. We did that. Data logging, we'll talk about that later. I'll see if I get something with routines on it. It's fine. Okay, so this backs to this point. So basically you could, you're customizing it. There's a lot of stuff we could put on here. In fact, one thing I have students do is warning signs. And we can actually put in, when you actually turn this conveyor on, we can actually make this, I can actually make this visible. Let me show you how to do that. So let me take this off. This one, Control X. Go home. Let me go to the home page. So let's say that we want to see this visible. We want to see this guy go visible when we turn on the conveyor, right? So the idea here is instead of doing, and I have to come back up here to view. This time it's going to be an animation. So if I look below, we should see animation, and I have that guy selected. So when I could say that, put this visible, an expression. Let's say that I do. I wish I had conveyor speed. I usually could view it as a conveyor speed, but if I do let's see if I remember. Start. Yeah, let's say start light. Let's see if I remember it is true. Let's see if I got that correct. I don't think but if you get the idea, if I actually put in an expression, let me try this, is equal to true. Is that right? I don't think that's right. But there's a way to actually make a statement here. And basically what this says is that this to be visible, what we can do is we get today the start light is true. The other way I could do it too is cookies count. Let's say if I put in cookies cooked is equal to 5. Yeah, 5. And if this cookies is 5, this little symbol comes up. We could do it that way too. So there's different ways to actually put an expression in. A little bit of an expression. Those are for a little bit more when we get back to campus. I can show you how those things work out. It's easier for me to explain it than I can just to visually show you instead of explain it. So, but visibility is great because a lot of times you'd actually put videos on here, conveyors moving. And this gives people, instead of having your lights working all over the place, you can actually have the HMI. If it's big enough, you can actually have somebody walk by and you could trigger a sensor today. If the HMI turns on, the screen saver goes off and your thing goes on. You can have, this little conveyor system running, hey, robots running, So a lot of good stuff on that. A lot of good stuff. So, all right. Any questions about what we went through tonight? I'm going to go ahead and stop the share here for a second. Any questions at all? Last document we're going to do tonight, and I'm going to pull that up. yeah, I can pull HMI. You should have HMI lesson 1 review questions. Do you see that HMI lesson 1 review questions of Word document? You have that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up on my side. Go ahead and open that one up just for a second. And we'll finish it up with that tonight. So it should look like that. And I'm going to answer these questions for you so you have all this information. This will be me giving you some information. But I'm going to have you actually see if you could give me the information too. So what is the screen resolution of a 12-inch terminal? Like you need to know that, right?
480.
I do believe it is 480, yes. I'm looking at it. I do believe it is 480. 12-inch terminal is 1280. I was wrong. 1280
Wow.
by 800. 1280 by 800. 480 is the 7 and 9 inch.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the second question, it should just say now what ohm round, but what PLC can be connected to an NA series terminals or any HMI? What kind of PLC can? Give me some PLCs that you think are out there. Name them. I'll give you one. Ohm round.
Yeah. Home run.
What's the other one? What's the other couple we could have out there?
Ellen Bradley.
Allen Bradley. Rockwell Automation is Rockwell Automation, Allen Bradley, they're the same thing, by the way. Siemens, Mitsubishi. Can all these PLCs talk to each other? Could they technically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I bet you your dollar donuts that you're gonna find that you're gonna intermix. It'll be like walking into Chicago where you got Chinatown, Greek Town, and you got Italian Town. You know, you got all these towns, right? Yeah. They all work together. Somehow, some way that you can get them to work together. It is pretty cool stuff. It's pretty cool. What is the purpose of the USB slave port? By the way, is there anybody that does not have this document? Hopefully everybody has it. So what's the purpose of the USB slave port? Do we connect the mouse and keyboard to it, or can we connect something else to it?
Can you do the internet too? I know you can do mouse and keyboard.
The mouse and keyboard is not for the slave USB.
Not for the slave.
The
For the
slave
slave
USB. Go ahead, sir. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I didn't know what the slave was for.
Sure. Slave, there is actually 3 USB ports. There is USB, 2 standard USBs, and that's for your mouse and keyboard. And the slave one's actually connected to, so you connect to a laptop or a desktop. So if you lose internet or you don't have an internet cable, you have a USB cable, you just plug in and you can do your stuff. Good?
Yep.
Okay, what are 2 apps? What are the 2 apps?
Charles, you know you spelled slave wrong, right? But you probably did that on purpose, right?
Where's that? Oh yeah, it's not spelled wrong. It's right there. That's okay. Thank you. Darn Grammarly, I paid for it and it didn't take care of my errors. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Victory. Okay. What are the 2 apps Omron offers for remote access? What are the 2 smartphones that are the most popular out there?
Samsung and Apple.
Okay. So we have, what is Apple's operating system?
Safari, right?
iOS.
Oh.
It's iOS. And what is Samsung?
Microsoft.
Android.
Android, yes, there we go. iOS and Android. iOS and Android. And a lot of times when you start working for a company, you'll have some IT guy, the geeky people who have a spare room in their back of the building that you never thought was there. And they'll be like, yeah, here's the app we built for you. Go have some fun. Or you go to them and say, hey, I need this. And they're like, oh, have it done in 10 minutes. Give me a beer. So, all right. What's the default method to access the system menu? So let's say brand new HMI, you get it. What's the default for most HMIs? This is standard. Which corner?
Bottom left.
Top left.
Top
Top
left.
left. Yes, top left. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. How was that tonight?
Not bad.
What was number one again, Charles?
Number
Was-
one is 1280.
Thank
Thank
you. Mhm. Perfect. 1280.
Charles,
Yes.
for that first page, did we ever go over the data types?
Data types. You must be on the quiz. Good. I like that. Data types. What are some of the data types we use both on the NJ and the HMI? Give me some data types. Anybody? What are some data types? Any
Uh,
data?
Time and date.
Time, date, integer, real, Boolean, system. There's system variable. A lot of different stuff. A lot of good stuff. All right.
What's gonna be on a quiz?
I'm gonna go through that right now. I know somebody just
I have a
reminded me
question.
of it.
I'm typing in a question, Charles. You can answer it later. You don't have to answer it now.
No, you could ask me. I don't mind. Those quizzes are meant for you to see how much you know, but if you need something on it. or something.
Yeah, no, my question isn't quiz related. I typed it in. Just answer it later. You don't have to answer it now.
Okay.